Hello, my name is Alexander Freund, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some homemade pizza from scratch. Now, I have eaten pizza all over the world. I've eaten it in Europe, Asia, and even here in North America, and I have to say that over all these years, my favorite recipe is this one that's been in our family for about 20 years now. So, to get started, what we're going to need for this recipe is we're going to need about 1 1/3 cups of warm water, 1 package of dry yeast, which I have right here. We're going to need 3 tablespoons of oil, 3 1/2 cups of flour, 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt, and then 2 teaspoons of sugar as well. So, to get started, what I've already done here is I've already warmed up the water where I'm going to be adding my yeast. The water is currently at 110 degrees. It also contains the oil. I'm going to mix this together real quick and dissolve it. So bear with me. Now all I'm doing here is mixing the sugar water and the yeast together, making sure that it starts to activate the yeast. So when I add it to the flour and the salt, which is already in my bowl here, I'm not sure if you can see that, it's going to activate and it's going to start to rise up so we can create a nice healthy pizza dough. So I'm going to add that into the flour right there. And I'm going to use my good old trusty hands here because it's not too hot. And I'm going to start to work the dough into a ball. And this is the messiest part of the job. You got to be able to, in a sense, knead the dough into a ball. And it's going to be really sticky at first. You're going to know when you're done because it's going to smooth out a little bit and it's not going to be quite as sticky, and you should be able to hold it all together without it being like this. I'm not sure if you can see that from over there. So, a messy job here. It's going to get better though. I may have forgot to mention, but it's very important to wash your hands before you do this. You want to make sure that you're definitely doing this clean, and making sure that when you're working with food, you're keeping it really safe so anybody can eat it, not just you. It's starting to smooth out a little bit. You can see that. I can almost mold it into a complete ball here. Just going to try and get some of the last remaining bits of flour off the side. So we're kneading the dough right now. We're just activating that yeast a little bit further. Trying to get a good pack here, making sure that it's going to rise properly for us. There we go. So now we have ourselves our ball. You don't have to knead it for that long, only about a minute or two. And what we're going to do now is we're going to place this ball right back in our mixing bowl, and we're going to cover it and let the dough rise for about 45 minutes to an hour. Alright, so I will see you in about 45 minutes to 1 hour. Alrighty, so it's been about an hour, and as you can see, our dough has risen a little bit, so I've put it in the pan already, and I've floured the bottom of it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over. There we go. The flour on the bottom is going to ensure that it doesn't stick. I've also preheated the oven to 375, where I'm going to hold it for about, give or take, 12 minutes or so, and it should be golden brown and all ready. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put approximately 6 to 8 ounces of sauce on here, and I'm going to spread it around. And you just want to make sure that there's a good coat on there. You don't want to make sure that it's too heavy, because if it's too heavy, you're not going to have the same quality of cooking throughout the cheese, and it's not going to melt properly. So I'm just going to spread this sauce gently around, making sure that I don't rip the dough, and I'm going easy on it. Get a nice even spread. So now that I've spread the sauce around and I've formed the crust up, I'm going to be adding on some of my cheese. Now I picked up 2 cups of mozzarella cheese. It's already pre-shredded, so I don't have to shred anything, which is really nice. Now what I'm going to do, I'm a huge cheese lover, so I'm going to throw all 2 cups of this cheese right on here because, you know, you can never have too much cheese. So we're just going to lightly sprinkle that around. Yeah. There we go. So we've got our 2 cups on there. And it's lightly spread. I'm not sure if the camera can see that or not. And what we're going to do, I have some pepperonis here that I've already pre-cut. I'm going to throw these right on there. Doesn't really matter how they look. For the essence of time, we're just going to make sure that they go on there. And here we go. All right. And now we have our pizza all set and ready to go, and it's going to go right into the oven for 375 for about 8 to 12 minutes, like I mentioned earlier, and we should be all set. All right, thank you very much for tuning into my speech, and I look forward to watching all of yours. Thank you very much. Have a great day.